Hi, my name is Ben Stolcio, and today I will be detailing Portugal's disaster management, civil protection, and emergency response policies and techniques. The beginning of Portuguese disaster response goes back to 1755. The Great Lisbon earthquake hit Lisbon on November 1st, 1755, All Souls Day. 85% of the city was destroyed, including many churches. This was in contrast to Lisbon's red light district, which was relatively unharmed. Tsunami struck the coast of Portugal, Spain, and Morocco, causing even more fatalities. Multiple fires caused by people attempting to flee their homes raged the city of Lisbon for 5 days, causing great damages to the city. This event, happening where it did, in one of Europe's richest, most pious cities, and when it did, shortly after the events of the Enlightenment, led people to question the nature of earthquakes and ask whether or not they truly were the will of God or a natural phenomena. This would eventually lead to the birth of seismology, as people attempted to discover the origin of one of Europe's most devastating earthquakes. Other natural disasters that have resulted in a great loss of life or massive damages include the 1967 Lisbon flash floods and Portugal's wildfires of 2003 and 2004. The floods would result in the greatest loss of life since 1755 to a natural disaster, and the fires caused great damages to Portugal's forests, bringing a lot of awareness to Portugal's inefficiency in dealing with natural disasters, and eventually leading to Portugal joining the Hyogo Framework for Action in 2005. Portugal follows a top down implementation strategy. The regional authorities are expected to deal immediately with disasters, and the national government steps in if it gets out of hand. Advisory boards are set up to ensure coordination, the CNPC for ministries and organizations, and the CCON for interagency coordination. Other non governmental organizations involved include the Portuguese Red Cross and the National Association of Portuguese Municipalities. This is a diagram detailing the civil protection structure. The Director General of the National Authority for Civil Protection is at the top. The image to the right breaks down specific responsibilities held at the national, district, and municipality levels. Portugal's main risks are flash floods, wildfires, and earthquakes. Because it's been so long since a catastrophic earthquake, over 250 years, the main issue in protection against earthquakes is a lack of awareness. People don't see the need to protect against them and are left very vulnerable. Climate change and pressure from the international community have encouraged Portugal to do more about disaster management and civil protection. And according to the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, Portugal is taking the proper steps forward, which include organizing an annual contest for municipalities in order to distinguish good practices regarding risk reduction, increase the application of scientific research issues to the civil protection system needs, promote closer cooperation with professional orders, engineers, architects, nurses, etc., and associations in order to include civil protection subjects in the curricula of university degrees. These steps are only the beginning, but should prove efficient in driving Portugal towards effective civil protection and disaster management practices.